Hope everyone's had a great week. Of course, thank you for tuning in yet again to another edition of Flex's Legal Bit. I am Maximus. I'm just saying that because I saw the trailer, The Gladiator. And this is my partner in crime, Raulio Maximus Aurelius.
Raul had an attorney-at-law, sir.
That sounds pretty good.
You want to tell them about the AI situation?
Yeah, so we have a new AI system on our website. And in case you are calling the office after hours, you can
Talk to me?
Yeah, even when you're not there.
Exactly.
It's pretty good. He sounds like the guy Inigo Montoya. We're going to cut to a clip right now. Les is going to show you.
My name is Inigo Montoya.
Inigo Montoya.
You killed my father.
Prepare to die. That's him without taking it.
It's going to get better, but, we have that out there for the community to, engage with us.
Yeah.
Another way to engage with us.
You can engage 24/7. So it's going to be good. Whether we're here or not here, we're always going to take care of you guys. Of course, don't forget to check out our social media outlets, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. What are we doing? X? Is that a thing?
Yeah.
That's still a thing?
Yeah, I think
We're twittering it. All right, so this topic here for today, kind of going over some current events that popped out. And this one came out of Utah. And this was an unfortunate event for a family where they were traveling alongside a flatbed, I guess you would say, right? I guess one of those companies that carries heavy machinery. Mm-hmm. They took the turn to where it was a double left turn. The bulldozer it was carrying slid off the flatbed, landed on top of the family's vehicle. Unfortunately, the father and the young daughter that were sitting on the left side of the vehicle lost their lives. The mom and the other kids did survive. But the situation comes into question about, unfortunately, they're going to have to go through the whole process, the accident and stuff. But when it comes down to it, who's at fault? Driver company, ratchet, maybe strapped company. Is it, the company that makes the flatbed, the company that made the tires? How does this work?
all those things. Well, it's an interesting situation because on a flatbed, when you carry heavy machinery, you have to secure it properly, right?
Yeah.
So you have to look at a bunch of things there. The people who actually engaged in it, of course, the driver, the people who actually secured it, maybe the company who manufactured the chains. It depends on what actually failed.
Yeah.
Maybe the machine. Back in the day, there were those spark to reverse cases. Maybe the machine itself, the actual bulldozer, something happened with it. So those are the type of situations where you really want to hire experts, and you want to immediately get to analyze all these things so you can find out which defendants you can go after. So, whether it be a manufacturing defect, whether it be just a negligent individual who was negligent in doing this, or all that. So you want to make sure that you get everybody who's responsible. So the key thing to something like that is to act immediately, hire somebody who knows what they're doing, hire a lawyer who knows what they're doing. But that lawyer will hire experts and secure the property that caused us damage and review everything.
See, very important. We're covering this topic because, it did unfortunately happen over in Utah. But I mean, we've had cases to where it's faulty equipment. It can happen anywhere here along the valley or wherever we're located as well. So some people don't know the process. Some people kind of get lost and, you got, the family grieving. They're kind of probably at a standstill, but it's good. They say you act quickly so that we get all
that. And we have to, because again, evidence can change or people may do something to change that evidence and they may not have everything at your disposal. So it's very important to do that.
Important steps. Is it just maybe to rely on what's the responding police department on the facts that they gathered? Then maybe you be taking photos of the accident as well.
That's a really good question. At least here in Texas, or at least here in the Valley, more so, when there's a death, they do a little bit more of an investigation. They do more of a expert report. Even if it's near death, they don't. They just do an accident report.
Yeah.
When somebody died in an accident, they do a little bit more thorough investigation. So that's important, and that's very preliminary. But you need to hire your own people to go above and beyond, because they'll do that as far as it relates to the traffic accident, to what happened on the road. But they're not going to inspect the machine. They're not going to inspect the chains. They're not going to inspect things like that. So you do need to hire appropriate, experts out to that.
What time frame can you look at? Say you did start the process, you try to get somebody to help you out. How long does that take?
How long you mean? When should you hire somebody, or how long does what take?
Like after you find, maybe say they would come over here, talk to us, and we're going to help them out. How long is that process? Now we always tell our individuals or whoever's with us, the clients, it is a lengthy process, but would this change the length of the time since there was a death involved?
Yeah, because you want to be more thorough. But the fact of the matter is, I can't stress it enough. You have to act immediately because evidence gets transferred to other places or evidence changes.
Yeah.
Whether willfully or unwillfully, things change.
Like what change?
Exactly. Yeah. Which brings me to another topic, and you mentioned it about the family grieving and all that, and they're not thinking about that.
Yeah.
Kind of get like people who haven't been involved in an accident are protected by the state in that, attorneys can't go seek them, because that's barratry, that's a felony, that's a crime, and they also civil. So, and the thing is, because you mentioned people are grieving and they don't want to be talking to lawyers.
Right.
They're grieving. But, there has to be someone in the family who should be a little more level-headed about, acting, and should advise them to seek someone right away. I mean, I'm all for the way the law is. You shouldn't be bothering people when they're grieving. But unfortunately, they do need to move fast.
Yeah.
So, at times, some family member may say, look, I think you need to act quickly, and this is what you need to do, hire a lawyer and get things moving. And so I think that is very important. Another point I want to make is that sometimes the lawyers will have to invest in a case right away, whether not knowing if it's going to be a good case or not. So the benefit to the family is that, for example, when we have a case like that, we're the ones that hire the experts. We're the ones that start, paying these expensive experts some money to get things done.
Yeah.
And if there's no case, the family doesn't pay for it. We take that loss. But we have to, I guess, gamble in a way to make sure that we preserve this kind of evidence. We've had cases like scaffolding cases. We've had support lift cases, things like that.
Oh, yeah.
You immediately have to invest in something like that. And at times, it may or may not be a good case, but you have to move on it quickly. That's the important part.
And does this pertain to any type of case as far as, say, like with another company, machinery, faulty equipment, same process?
Yeah, you have to move in. And because a lot of times, for example, something like this, as a lawyer, you want to collect all this property and put it in storage.
Yeah.
So you can have your expert take a look at all of that.
And that's all been a process that we get to take care of for you all. Of course, like we were saying, grieving families, of course, they need their space, they need their time. Make sure you appoint, somebody in the family that can go ahead and take care of all these items for you. And then, of course, they can give us a call, and we can give them a pretty much organized rundown of the steps that need to be taken there.
Yeah, that's right. And, when difficult situation like that happens, there's always somebody more like an uncle or an aunt that's a little more controlled, right?
Yeah.
Situation are able to make decisions for the family or help the family out.
So anybody that has a question, maybe to think they themselves don't need to come in then to start the process.
Exactly. There are rights that are only pertained to certain individuals. So at the end of the day, they will have to be the ones signing the contract.
Right.
The contract helps in different ways. Well, one, it gives us the authority to work on something and gives us permission to act on their behalf. For example, we start poking around and they're like, well, who are you? Well, hey, I have the permission of the family to start, asking these kind of questions and getting this information, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And it also helps in determining who the legal interests really belong to, right? So the people who actually sign the contract will have that legal and financial interest in a situation like that. But unfortunately, sometimes they're the ones that are grieving the most. But when you have a family member that can help out, make it a little bit easier.
So if you ever find yourself in a situation, or maybe you're the one that's appointed for your family, you can give us a call. That phone number is 956-318-3200. And again, we're doing that 24/7, whether we're here in the office or if we're not in the office, you can hear AI.
I'm here.
And you can ask a question like that. We'll always be here to help you.
That's right. And thank you very much for watching this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow us.
Don't forget, if you have any other questions or any other videos that you want us to take a look at and we can answer questions for you, submit those through our social media, Facebook, or you can do it through Instagram. You submit those questions to us, and then we get to look at those and break those down for you and give you some more information. That way we can help you out. But don't forget, website is www.raulguajardo.com. You can find lots of information on there, all of our locations, phone numbers, plus you can contact us through an email, and that'll send directly to us. But until next time,
And
we're whipped you. No, whip.